Okay, so you've created your new project. You've got your cover uploaded, your title, all the little metadata bits are in place. You've chosen your author, you've double checked everything, and now it's time to jump into producing your book. Now we're presented with two stages now at the bottom of this. The first is start your ebook, and the second is start a print book. You can go either path. So if you only use Draft2Digital for your print books, you would start here, and that will send you down a path for getting all those assets in place, getting everything right for specifically your print book. On the other hand, if you are a typical user, you are starting an ebook, and you can start from here. Now you'll be able to do both of these no matter which path you choose. You'll get the option to sort of loop back and start the other. So don't worry. This isn't a difficult choice. If you're only doing one or the other, just start with the only one you're doing. If you're going to do both, it doesn't matter where you start. So we got some tools built in that are going to help you with getting both of these done. So let's start with the ebook. Click on Start Ebook. And now we're in the Ebook Details page. This is a little different from what you may have seen in the past. This second step has changed just slightly. From this point, we're going to, I'll go through these little hover states so you can see what they say, and that will help a great deal. But just a quick overview of this page. This is where we'll enter the book description, the release date, which can be a future date if this is a pre-order. The actual guts of the book, the manuscript, will be uploaded here. And you can add any non-author contributors on this page. So if you want to add your cover designer, your marketing guru, your Aunt Sally, whoever you think is important as a non-author contributor can be listed here. That is entirely optional. And in fact, 99.9% of people have no need for that section, but you can add it if you need to. And then at the bottom, we have some options for your ISBN, and we can provide an ISBN for free, or you can bring in one you've purchased from outside, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So the first step on this page is to click on Browse and find our manuscript. So in this case, I've got a Word document here that has the manuscript all laid out and everything. So I'm going to just go ahead and click that, and we're going to import that manuscript now. That was a docx Word file. We also support other formats, and if you hover over this state, you'll see what they are. Upload your manuscript. We support Word.doc and .docx format, RTF, and formatted EPUBs. Now, if you upload an EPUB, a pre-formatted EPUB, it does disable some of the features we're going to be talking about in future videos, but we can still handle it for you. There's still a lot of stuff that we can do with that. It just disables a couple of the extras that you have. Now, we have this little download button here for you to download this manuscript. So here's a cool little side tip or trick. We'll call it a D2D hack. If for some reason you misplace or damage or lose or otherwise destroy your original manuscript, you can download a version of it from us. As long as what you uploaded is the version you're looking for, you can come to this page and download your manuscript. So you can use this basically as a nice secure online backup for your original manuscript. So just a little extra tip. So down here, we have our ebook release date. Now hover over this guy. It says, select the official publication date for this book. That date can be today, tomorrow, can't be yesterday, but it can be pretty far in the future. I don't know I think about a year into the future in some cases. So sort of a best practice is to go somewhere between 30 and 90 days into the future, but you go nuts. Enter whatever date you like. If you enter a future date, the book will not publish until that date. So you don't have to worry about uploading dummy manuscripts or any of that stuff. You can just create this future date, and when you're ready, anytime between now and that release date, you can upload your manuscript, and it will go live the day that you set it to go live. If you go live today, then it will, whatever you upload will go live today. So if you're ready to go, then great. Pop in and hit the release date and go. So, okay, now we're going to enter the ebook description. So this can be between 50 and 4,000 characters long. And we've got some formatting tools here like bold and italics. You can do lists. Typically, you're only going to do bullet lists like this for things like nonfiction books. And I wouldn't go nuts with the bold and italics either, except you can use bold for things like your title, like a header or something. But we've got over here, I've got a description already written, and I wrote it in Latin, so that's pretty impressive. But come over and pop that guy in. It's really helpful to have a pre-written description. And let's say I'm going to give this a title: Your Grumpy Writer Needs. So now that I have that little guy, I can come over here and bold that, and that will emphasize it in the text. And then let's say that we also want to call something else out here in the middle of the paragraph. We can hit italics. So you can see that this is pretty easy to get set up. So, all right, now that we've got our description, we see that 771 characters long. That can be very helpful if you you could use this, by the way, another tip. You could use this to trim down your description if you need it elsewhere. So just know that anything you type in here or leave in here, when you hit save and continue, that's what your description will be. So now in this case, we want our ISBN, and let's hover over this guy. So ISBN is the International Standard Book Number, and it's a unique identifier for published books. You are not required to supply an ISBN for your book, though some sales channels require one for distribution. If you don't have an ISBN, Draft2Digital can supply one for you at no cost. So note this, however, once an ISBN is assigned to your book, that number cannot be changed. That is the ISBN for your book forever, for that version of your book. And ISBNs must be unique to each version of your book, meaning you cannot reuse an ISBN from a print book or from one supplied to you by another sales channel. So if you published your book elsewhere and they gave you an ISBN for it, you are not allowed to bring that ISBN in to Draft2Digital. It's not necessarily our rule. It's basically just a general rule about ISBNs. So you can purchase an ISBN from Bowker, which is the U.S. service overseeing that. In whatever country you're in, will have a service in place for that. Some countries don't require you to pay for them. So in Canada, for example, an ISBN is free for your book. So claim that and use that here. However, if you have to purchase an ISBN wherever you are, we can provide you with a free ISBN from Draft2Digital. The questions we inevitably get on this are, who's listed as the publisher. It will list Draft2Digital as the publisher on the record for the ISBN. However, on the storefronts, whoever you listed as publisher will be listed as publisher. So you can choose whatever name you want. We found that it does not matter. No one cares, and there's no real downside to having Draft2Digital listed as your publisher. We don't own anything. We have no rights to your book. We don't have anything to say about it, really. So it's just a free service that we offer you. So if you want to use your own ISBN, you can do that here, or in this box would be where you would drop your ISBN here. So your ISBN cannot be modified once your book has been published. So keep that in mind. In our case, we're going to go ahead and say, give me a free Draft2Digital ISBN. And that is this page in a nutshell. You will notice there is one other feature up here. It's the expand shared metadata. And this will give you a little more insight into the book. You can see the front cover. Here you can download the cover if you'd like. You can get some more information here, the BISAC categories. This is real useful if you need to refer back to this real quick and grab this stuff. So there's our search terms, there's our publisher, everything is here, and you can click edit and it takes you right back to that page, very similar to that page at least, where you can edit that metadata. So you can even change your cover from this page. So if you need to change your cover, this is where you would do it. You would click here, expand shared metadata, edit shared metadata, and now you can actually download and or replace your cover right from this page. So plus change titles, change your search terms, change everything you need to change right from this page. So this is where you would edit. You would hit submit and your changes would be saved. So for the most part, you're probably not going to need this, but it is there for your reference. So that is it. The next stage will be to hit save and continue. And from there, we go on to the next step, which is layout. That's in another video, and I'll see you there.